everybody. This video will go over application problem with a linear function finding a coordinate given 2 points. The question states the monthly cost in dollars of water use is a linear function of the amount of water used. We're going to use HCF. The cost for using 13 HCF of water is $38.52. And the cost of using 36 HCF is $78.77. What is the cost of using 35 HCF of water? Well, we have a linear function, right? And we have 2 points along this function. We have where we use $13 HCF, and then we have where we use 36 HCF. And we want to know how much are we going to use, or how much is it going to cost when we use 35 HCF? Hundreds of cubic feet. Our output here for when we use 13 HCF is $38.52. When we're dealing with linear functions, x is our input, x is along this axis. So when we put 13 in, we get out 38.52. We can make a second point by saying when I use 36, or when I put 36 into my function, I'm going to get out 78.77. So what do I have now? I have 2 points, right? So I can use these 2 points to find the slope of the line, first of all. And then I can find the y-intercept. Then I can use the equation that I come up with and plug in 35 to get my answer. So let's go ahead and do that. What is the slope of this line going to be? The change in y. The change in y is represented by taking y minus y over the change in x. Take x minus x, and then determining what we get. So the slope is going to be 77 minus 38.52. That gives me 40.25. And then 36 minus 13 gives me 23. So my slope is this kind of weird thing here. But my function for this line right here is going to be y equals m, which was 40.25 over 23, x plus b. I'm not given b in this, but I can find it by plugging in one of these points for x and y and then solving for b. So if I plug in 38.52 for y, I got to use that same point for my x value. So I'm using this point right here. My x value with that point is 13 plus b. Now I'm going to go ahead and multiply 13 times my slope times n. And that gives me 22.75 plus b So I'm going to subtract 22.75 from 38 and get b equals 15.77. So So I'm going to go ahead and clear all this. And what was our B? Our B was 15.77, right? Our slope was 40.25 over 23. So our equation we have to work with is y equals 40.25 40.25 over 23x plus 15.77. And I want to know what my output is, or what my monthly cost is, when I use 35 HCF, which is my x value, right? So my y is going to equal my slope, 40.25 over 23, times my x of 35, and then I'm going to add 15.77. Sorry, this video is having some struggles here. 15.77. Right? So let's go ahead and calculate really. After calculating, you should get $77.02. And now there might have been some rounding, so there could be something that's slightly off, right? Typically, we don't want to round until the very, very end of our problem on these. Okay? So that is application problem with linear function finding a coordinate given 2 points.